Hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. This is News Channel Nebraska. My name's Eric McKay. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. Beginning with the weather, Hurricane Melissa reaching Category 5 status on Monday. It's now the strongest storm anywhere on the planet so far this year. The storm bearing down on Jamaica, an island nation that hasn't taken a direct hit from a hurricane in over a decade and never from one this strong before. Reed Binion has more.
This threat is severe. We have been praying.
Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness preparing with the rest of the island nation for the impact of Hurricane Melissa, the strongest storm on the planet this year. The streets of Jamaica's capital city, Kingston, empty on Monday as the rare Category 5 hurricane raged in the Caribbean, with winds of up to 175 miles per hour. The enormity of the threat on full display as a hurricane hunter plane flew into the storm's eye on Monday. The slow-moving giant is expected to dump a massive amount of rain as it moves over Jamaica, causing landslides and catastrophic flash flooding. That, combined with the powerful storm surge and high winds, threaten widespread damage to infrastructure. The National Hurricane Center warned of the potential for, quote, total structural failure.
It could have an impact on our shores more to the western end of Jamaica. And if that were to happen, and I've said it before, I don't believe there's any infrastructure within this region that could withstand a Category 5 storm.
The Prime Minister saying after the storm passes, Jamaica will need help.
The long-term recovery and the medium-term recovery would require support. We continue to pray for the best.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Closer to home, a Kearney woman has been sentenced to decades in prison just over a year after her husband was found shot to death. 57-year-old Karen Geisler appeared in Buffalo County District Court for sentencing on 2 felony charges. She received 20 to 40 years on the attempted second-degree murder charge and another 11 to 15 years for a felony firearm count. Those sentences will be served consecutively. Geisler did get credit for 270 days already served. She was arrested in October of last year after police say they found her husband, 62-year-old Jimmy Geisler, shot and wounded at the family's home. He would later succumb to his injuries at a local hospital. The push to impeach University of Nebraska Regent Elizabeth O'Connor beginning to gain momentum. O'Connor accused of driving drunk and causing a crash that injured 5 people. State Senator Kathleen Kauth released this video of the crash obtained by a nearby home security camera. Lawmakers held a briefing on how the process would work as more are calling for O'Connor's resignation. Kauth says she plans to introduce impeachment articles when the legislature reconvenes in January. The committee says they're hoping O'Connor resigns before the impeachment moves forward. A judge has announced that they plan to turn McCook's work ethic camp into an ICE detention center can move forward, at least for now. Red Willow County District Judge Patrick Heng denied both the state's motion to dismiss the lawsuit and an injunction filed by a former state senator and 13 McCook residents who want to stop the project. The ruling means the lawsuit can continue in court while construction on the facility can also proceed. Nebraska Appleseed filed the lawsuit on behalf of the group. They're challenging Governor Jim Pillen's plan to convert the state-run work ethic camp into a facility for federal immigration detainees. Pillen has said the facility expected to be operational by this weekend. Well, in just 4 days, SNAP food stamp benefits will no longer have federal funding, and that's causing concern for millions. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says it's not going to tap into the $6 contingency fund it has to cover food stamp benefits next month if the government shutdown continues. Sherelle Hubbard has more on what some states are doing to fight food insecurity.
Come November 1st, millions of Americans may not receive food stamps through the federally funded Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program known as SNAP, which helps feed more than 42 million low-income Americans each month. Trump tried to assure reporters Friday that it's a non-issue.
Yeah, everybody's going to be in good shape, yep.
But that conflicts with the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which has said it will not use its $6 billion contingency fund to cover food stamp benefits next month.
I want to be very clear. USDA, during this shutdown, has contingency funds that they could release just like us. They are choosing not to.
Illinois' governor says the state government is going to support its food pantries as best it can, but blamed a Republican-controlled government for the looming lapse in benefits.
Donald Trump is unwilling to reopen the government, unwilling to sit down with Democrats. I mean, he's in control of the government. He should be willing to talk about it and work on it before those SNAP benefits are taken away.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune said Monday that he believes Senate Republicans will do what they can to ensure SNAP payments continue, but insisted that the best way to keep the programs working is to end the shutdown. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
Now, despite the shutdown, a key program that provides food assistance to pregnant women, new moms, and young children in need will continue. The Ag Department did confirm Monday the WIC program will keep running for the foreseeable future. The department says it's using tariff money to keep the program going. WIC serves nearly 7 million people across the country. The cost of living has gotten more expensive for Americans, many feeling the financial squeeze at the grocery store. Jen Sullivan has this look at the prices of some key holiday staples and explains why your Thanksgiving meal will likely cost more this year.
The cost of food continues to rise. A key inflation report shows September grocery prices are up 2.7% from a year ago.
Nobody wins. We don't win, the customer doesn't win, the supplier doesn't win.
Stu Leonard Jr. is the CEO of Stu Leonard's grocery chain. He says tariffs have caused the prices of some items like shrimp to go up, forcing them to buy elsewhere.
We've had to stop buying shrimp from Brazil. We went down to Ecuador, even Vietnam and Thailand.
And it's not just seafood prices going up. Taking a deeper look at this latest inflation report, food prices for many popular ingredients in holiday dishes are up, meaning your Thanksgiving meal will likely cost you more this year. Potatoes, meats, fresh vegetables, bakery products, and alcohol prices are all up from a year ago.
It certainly adds up.
Bankrate financial analyst Stephen Cates says there are a variety of factors impacting prices.
Tariffs can have an impact, but crops can have an impact. Quality, quantity, sourcing, all of that can impact what that is.
The biggest sticker shock this season is turkey. The annual wholesale price for frozen turkey is about $1.32 per pound. That's roughly 40% higher than last year, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. There is some good news. Eggs and butter have both dropped in price in the last year. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Well, in the event of a crisis, a collection of counties in southeast Nebraska are now connected through an alert system that enables emergency personnel to warn people who might be in harm's way. Jefferson County has joined up with a half dozen others in that part of the state by agreeing to extend an interlocal agreement with emergency notification system Everbrite. Emergency management officials in Jefferson and Saline counties say that they, in any of the connected counties, can now spread the word to people in other counties whenever a crisis arises.
If they were to put out an alert through Gage County that they had a release and it was headed towards Tri-County School, it would stop at the county line and we would not get the information. Same way with anything in our county going a different way, or what I've got in Saline County going into Crete.
The city of Beatrice approved a similar measure in September. The agreement also covers Thayer, Fillmore, Saline, and Nuckolls counties. Clay County also considering joining the mix. The group says they've also reached out to counties in the far eastern part of the state, many of whom are also covered by Everbrite, about potentially expanding the agreement in the future. And for some residents in Columbus, the train has become a nuisance, with its whistle blowing multiple times a day and the headaches it causes in traffic. The city is developing a so-called quiet zone plan to address those concerns. Hanky Hazelton spoke with Columbus's mayor about the quiet zone and other possible solutions.
The quiet zone is designed so cars can't turn around, they can't get under the crossing arms. It becomes a barrier that nobody can get through, and therefore the horns aren't required.
If the quiet zone were to move forward on 23rd Street and the 26th Street crossing, what did you mean exactly when you said it wouldn't be, I guess, the easiest task to get this up and running?
You've got to come up with the right signaling. There's things that have to happen to the tracks with mechanisms that, that get put into place. The intersections need to be reconfigured.
Columbus once considered a viaduct, which is a bridge over the tracks, but the railroad's demand to close crossings caused major headaches, and the mayor said the price tag was just too high.
Anywhere from $21 to $31 million. So you've got that to keep in mind compared to, say, a quiet zone that would be way less than that.
Columbus officials said that a viaduct would be the top choice if it weren't for the hefty price tag, as some have championed for, but doing so could also affect someone's livelihood.
You are going to probably displace a business or two because of where it's going, and that's never an easy thing to do either. And all those things are part of the process when people think, do we really need one? As I say, the perfect solution is a viaduct, but it's not the easiest solution, and it's not the least expensive solution at all.
In Columbus, Hanky Hazelton, News Channel, Nebraska.
And you can stay up to date with the very latest by following us online. Head to newschannelnebraska.com, click on the News tab there. You can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. This is News Channel Nebraska.